All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, no.
Every single lie will be exposed. End of story. And everyone who interprets that incorrectly understands why. I mentioned that I'm a conversationalist, but what upsets people is that, for whatever reason, when they approach me, I don't judge them. Instead, I don't have any preconceived notions or predetermined ideas. And they open up to me. That's why they're upset, because a lot of these people who have appeared on other podcasts don't act in the same way as they do on Club Shay. Being a celebrity always comes with a high price. It's shocking that Katt Williams foresaw all of this only a few months ago, as Shannon Sharpe is discovering personally how poisonous the industry can be. Shannon Sharpe hosts the podcast Club Shay, though not everyone in the industry is happy. Shay has been putting up fantastic numbers, particularly since the Katt Williams interview, which is currently the most viewed podcast video on YouTube. In light of Shannon's recent success, he recently gave an interview in which he lamented the many celebrities who had threatened to cancel his show and undermine him, as well as the many enthusiastic visitors who had abruptly canceled without giving any reason. I understand what comes with it, but this situation with Shannon is taking it to a new level. There are even rumors that Shannon's life may be in danger due to all the animosity. In a recent interview, Shannon discussed the unsettling challenges he has faced since his viral Katt Williams interview earlier this year. He also sat down with Cam Newton and explained why celebrities feel comfortable sharing their stories on his podcast. Before every interview, Shannon said he asks his guests if there are any subjects they would rather not talk about because he wants them to feel comfortable and show the world who they really are. I ask, is there anything that you don't want to talk about? And sometimes they respond, well, I would appreciate if we not talk about this. Cool, no problem, because I believe you can tell your story without saying something negative. But they also say, yes, I believe that a person who's been in a business that's been doing something 10, 15, 20, 30 years are more than one salacious story. Which is what I believe. If they say they would rather avoid it, fine. If they want to tell something, who am I to say, no, I don't. You can't tell that. Shannon made it clear that he is not and has never pretended to be a journalist. He said, you don't do sit-downs, so to speak. I've been trying to set Katt up for a year. People don't know this, but Katt doesn't like to fly. As I get off the elevator, a woman gets on right next to me. She says hello. I say, hey, how you doing? I'm Shannon Sharpe. She tells me her name. She's like, I've never seen you here before. I say, yeah, my attorney is here, Marvin. She says, oh, I love Marvin. I love Allison, his daughter. Oh, I said, I've never seen you here. I've been coming here for 3, 4 years, and I've never seen you. She says, oh man, I'm sorry, I'm just not meeting you. I respond, yeah, what she said. Yeah, today is my last day. I say what she said, you got a new job. For those who are not aware, that was Friday. The following Friday, the Katt sat in that chair and gazed at God. Katt Williams, the tour manager, wow, I say, I've been trying to acquire Katt for a year. After his football career, Shannon became a commentator for CBS Sports NFL Today, which included the Sprint halftime report and the Subway post-game show. In 2013, he became a columnist and spokesperson for Fitness RX for Men magazine, even appearing on its cover. Later in 2016, he joined Skip Biss on the FS1 Sports Debate Show. Shannon is a highly successful retired NFL player who was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2011. Skip and Shannon UND refuted Shannon Sharpe's claim that he entered the podcasting profession because it was trendy because he had a strong track record in the field. Shay's Club in 2020, the editorial team of Apple Podcasts chose the episode featuring Bubba Wallace, highlighting its significance. Shannon also hosts another podcast called Nightcap, which features retired NFL player Shadow Johnson and retired basketball player Gilbert Ahrens. However, Club Shay is more well-known, especially due to some viral interviews such as those featuring Katt Williams and Steve Harvey. Shannon's path demonstrates his fortitude and ability to engage his audience in spite of the difficulties and setbacks faced by the profession. Shannon Sharpe launched Club Shay in 2020 during the pandemic, discovering a new passion for podcasting after retiring from professional sports. His goal was to create a platform where Black entertainers could share their stories without fear of harsh judgment, as he puts it. He's a conversationalist, not a journalist. Despite his media experience, Shannon wasn't prepared for the overwhelming success his podcast achieved in 2024, largely thanks to Katt Williams. Shannon had been trying to get Katt on the podcast for about a year, finally getting a break when he randomly met Katt's new manager, who connected him with the comedian. People heard about it. But when Katt came on and did what he did now, you had no choice. Advertisers, sponsors had to take Club Shay serious, right? People that did. He's a dumb jock. He talked with a list. With that dumb jock that talk with a list has the #1 podcast on YouTube, not sports podcast cam #1. A week later, Katt was spilling industry secrets on Club Shay. Initially, Shannon didn't expect the episode to go viral at the time. His most viewed episode on YouTube was with Steve Harvey, which had around 8 million views. However, after filming with Katt, Shannon's producer predicted they were about to hit it big. Shannon thought that even if the episode outperformed the Katt Williams episode, which has just under 72 million views on YouTube, has significantly changed the podcast trajectory. Potential sponsors were calling, more guests wanted to be on the show, and Club Shay became the go-to platform for sharing one story. However, Shannon quickly discovered that not everyone was happy with his success. The Steve Harvey episode may have received around 10 million views, but he was way off. Some industry figures attempted to sabotage the podcast, accusing Shannon of creating drama, particularly in the comedy world, due to the Katt Williams interview. To be fair, Katt Williams didn't hold back during his interview. He harshly criticized many famous comedians and exposed industry secrets. Man, I ain't going to be able to get nobody back on. I ain't going to be able to get no more comedians. They all coming now. And are you kidding? Nah. Hey, I promise thing I got all the rest of them. I don't got the ones I promise you. Everybody trying to double back. You going to be having to beat him off with a stick. You won't let him. They're coming. Much as he called out Cedric the Entertainer for being a sellout and stealing jokes since 1998, he accused Faizon Love and Ricky Smiley of lacking talent and only gaining fame by selling out to industry gatekeepers. He just did his documentary with Chris Rock, where he shoots you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast. Yeah, it was. So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? Kevin Hart was also targeted by Katt, who called him untalented, unfunny, and a sellout who perpetuates the gatekeeping of the entertainment industry. No one in Hollywood can recall ever attending a sold-out Katt and Hart show. There was a cue for him to ever receive a standing ovation at any comedy club because he already had his deals when he arrived. Have we heard of any comedian who came to Los Angeles and in his first year there had his own sitcom on network television and directed a movie called Soul Plan?